Okay, guys, thank you for being there. We will start the podcast number 4. So, hello guys, hello to everyone. So today we will have the second part of the topic that we were talking about last week, how to improve faster. This is the part 2. Привет, Marina Trubetskaya. Привет, dear friend. Glad to have you there. So, how to improve faster. Last Friday, we were talking about 5 different tips, 5 different strategies. Self-reality, I call it. Number 2, to have thoughts in long term. Number 3, the organization, the management of those strategies. I mean the dates, the month, the weeks, the different cycles that will help us to see the reality that is coming in the future with our training. The next one is what are the needs that you can have for every of those stages. If you need a place, what kind of floor, what kind of partners, what kind of milongas you can practice, what kind of what kind of cities are good for you in that specific moment, because some people are living in cities where the level is too high for them or too low for them, or so we have to think about those kind of things too. And the 5th was the routines. So if you don't remember these topics from the 1st to the 5th, go to the YouTube channel Tango for All, and I have posted yesterday this 3rd podcast that we had last week. So the podcast of today is the second part, and it will be posted next week. So we will talk about the tips from number 6 to number 10. Okay, and we will complete the 10 strategies that will help us to improve our tango, at least based on my perspective. So the number 6 is about the places, milongas, practicas. So if you want to improve, it's good, as I said last week, it's good to have a self awareness of what is the condition that you are. Many people start talking that okay, I need these kind of places because the level is higher. I don't recommend that. When we start training seriously, I don't mean when we start dancing tango. I mean when we decide that we are going to train seriously, that we are going to train more often, that we are going to train because we want to dance with the best dancers that we can, or in the best festivals or marathons or so on. One of the first things that we have to think is, okay, am I an advanced? Am I an intermediate? What I would recommend is, I know that it's hard, but is to think that you are a beginner. That's the first advice for today. Try to think that you are a beginner. Try to think that you are a white belt in martial arts. That's always healthier. Lai, ¿qué haces? No sabía que te ibas a conectar. So, Remember, guys, that we will have a little delay because it's a matter of the streaming. We will have a delay around 15 seconds, something like that. So I'm talking right now and you will listen in the future. So, and it will be my past. So I was talking about the places. What I did when I decided that I wanted to train more, it was to try to meet the more milongas that I could, the more practicas that I could, and try to go to the worst first. Always try to go to the worst. Why is that? Because if you want to improve, you need to feel good. You don't need to feel stressed. You don't need to feel that you are judged by the people or some kind of thing. So you have to be realistic. And the reality, when we start this process, it is that we are the worst in that milonga. Or we have to think that we are not one of the best. So we go to the worst milongas and we say, okay, I want to try with this person, I want to try with this dancer, with the other one, and start trying to apply the things that you practiced by your own at home, because it's important to have a routine. We talked about that. That's the 5th point in last week. We have to keep a routine of, I don't know, I recommend at least 3 times per week alone, at home, alone. 3 times a week alone. After that, if you have time, try to practice with a partner. But you need 2 or 3 times, again, I recommend at least 3 times per week working alone, because what you need is to find yourself in the dance, to find yourself in tango, and then you can share with somebody else. So by that moment, once that we have this knowledge, this body knowledge that we are gaining, practicing by ourselves at home, or you can rent a place for half an hour or something like that. It is important to go to the easiest places where the people are not looking at the rest with strange faces, with the typical Argentinian face in the milonga. I can say that because I'm Argentinian, so guys, don't be offended. Colleagues, don't be offended too. But you know, we are like that. So it is very, very important to go to the places where you can chill, when you can go. And I recommend to go to those places not to drink or not to you can have fun with your friends in the cinema or in the theater or go to the beach, I don't know, but when you go to the milongas, try not to think that the milonga is a bar when you can drink and you can have fun. Okay, you can have fun with your friends in a bar. Go to an Irish pub and that's okay. But when you go to milonga, try to take care of to be awake, because many things can be happening and we don't want to miss them. Cabeceos. I've been in many cities where the ladies sometimes were complaining because the guys don't invite them to dance, but when I was in that city or in that milonga, many of the ladies were looking at the phone or looking at the floor or looking at the table or and it's the same with the guys. Sometimes the guys they go to the bar and they want to have the beer, and come on, if you go to milonga, at least, again, in this podcast is my perspective. You can share your perspective on the comments below. But if you want to drink or something, go to a pub. If you go to a milonga, you go to dance. You don't go to drink. You can drink, when a Biaggi is sounding, or Donato, or some of the worst music in the world. But when it's a Troilo, when it's a D'Arienzo, when it's one of the best tandas, you have to go to dance. That's all, okay? So you have to be focused. That's the way that we can take the milonga codes more seriously, that we can take the tango more seriously, and we can dance even better. So the thing is, it is important to know that there will be some, we can say, like a circuit of milongas or practicas that they will have the professionals there. So it's not a good place for you to go if you are in this process of learning and training. Okay, if you are a beginner that wants to be a fantastic beginner, or that you want to be a small intermediate, we can say, if you are in that process, if you are honest with yourself and you are in that process, okay, don't go to the best milongas. Why is that? Because the dancers that you want to dance with, they will not dance with you. That's good for them not to dance with you, honestly. And if they dance with you, as I said before in other podcasts, is maybe suspicious attitude, or they want your money, or they want something else. So don't waste your time. As I said before, if you want to socialize, if you want to chill out with friends, or if you want to drink a beer and meet a lady or something like that, go to a bar. Or if you want to meet a guy, go to a pub or whatever. But guys, let's try to go to milongas to dance, okay? Focus in the dance, so everyone will be more awake, everyone will be enjoying more the dance, okay? So at least this is the way that most of the Argentinians, we see the things. So I want to share this experience for you. Try to do it, and you will find a different taste from milonga. So what I did, it was by that moment when I was beginner and I wanted to stop being a beginner, I thought, okay, but we have maybe 3 different circuits. I always say to the people when they ask me how are the milongas in my city, I always say that in Buenos Aires we have at least 3 different circuits. The level C, the level B, and the level A, we can say. So in the level C is the best circuit that you can go when you are in this process of learning, in this process of training. Why? Because they are the easiest milongas. Everyone is doing whatever they want. The circulation is a disaster. The shoes are a disaster. The people goes, I don't know, with socks or something like that. So everything is okay. You can go to these kind of milongas in many places. I don't want to say the names of these milongas because the organizers will be offended, but I know myself, and some of you know myself, you know me, and you know that I will say those names anyway. So so I went to this level C milongas, and I wanted to go the more that I could, because I needed to feel my body. I needed to feel my body in different kind of music, feel my body in different kind of energies from the people. I used to dance with different kind of followers. I used to dance as a follower too, because I wanted to have that experience too. That's something else that I will make a parenthesis. I recommend you, when you are training, to dance both roles. I hardly recommend that. If you don't dance, based on my opinion again, if you don't dance the opposite role, you don't have a full experience. So it doesn't count. You're not learning the full experience. So I used to try as a follower too. So it was fun. It was real fun, and I had more confidence in myself. I was trying different things. I was trying not only different steps. I was trying different kind of approach to the dance. So it helped a lot. By that time, I always, I don't know, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, I used to go at least to go with a friend that he was a professional or something like that, to go to the level B milongas or level A milongas, at least to see. But I felt that the tension, the energy was absolutely different. But I didn't want to expose myself to those frustrating moments, because I was learning, and if some of you guys that I'm seeing right now that you're connected, you are teachers, so you have to know. If you are teachers, you know that the brain needs some requirements to learn in an easier way. We have talked about that in the past. Remember, repetition is very, very important. Slow information, simple information. Those things are absolutely important for the brain to learn. You need to feel pleasure. I remember that I went to, first time I was to Canning, that is one milonga in Buenos Aires, very famous milonga. I was on Tuesdays, that is the best day in the week. So I was there, and it was absolutely impossible for me to dance, absolutely impossible. So I sit in the table with my group of friends, and I thought, okay, but I know that in the future I will come, but I will come in the future in a good way only if right now I train properly in the other milongas, that I can do it and I will not feel frustrated and those kind of things. So I thought, okay, let's keep practicing in this way. Let's keep going to the level C milongas. Please don't ask me in the comments, oh, can you say what are the names of those level C milongas? Okay, please don't ask me that. So I will drink a mate. Comment below, please, if you want to ask me something, and I will be happy to answer. So after that, I thought, okay, it's good for me that I'm trying to come 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I was in this kind of milongas, and I trained, I practiced there, I chilled, I had fun. At the same time I was practicing by my own, as I said before, as I recommend always to have that contact with yourself in the tango. And then I started noticing that my dancing was better and better and better very quickly. Why very quickly? Because I was absolutely focused. That's why I was focused. What are the things I wanted to do? What are the things that I was able to do? That's important. Be honest with yourselves, and don't feel sad or don't feel guilty if you cannot do 90% of the steps in tango. So after a while, I said, okay, let's try the level B milongas. Okay, some things changed by that moment. The steps had to change too. The space was different. The management of the space by the dancers was different. I felt the partners absolutely different. I was different and they were absolutely different. They didn't fall to the sides. They didn't fall onto me. The music was better. The organizers were more correct, more I don't want to say polite, because it's not only polite. It was polite, but it was with more knowledge too. Cultivated, I think, maybe is the word, I don't know. Remember to comment below, guys. Please ask me things as you always do, and I will answer. So the level B milongas were different for me. So then I thought, okay, how long? Because this is a normal question that you can do. How long you can be in the level C milongas or level B milongas or level A milongas? How long? For how long? It depends on how driven you are. It depends on how often you go, and it depends, this is very important, it depends on how often do you practice by your own. Dali, привет. It's fantastic that you are there. Thank you for being there. So this is a place, Dali, this is a place for everyone. So I would be absolutely glad if you comment something of your experience too, or if you all guys want to ask every week, please comment below and we will chat about that too. It's not only me doing a tango catharsis and you listening. No, you are part of this streaming. So let's do it in this way. Write, please. Write, so I will answer and we will chat. So I was thinking about this level B milongas. The people were different. Why I said the people were different? Because the people in level B milongas were more focused. They really wanted to dance more than the people in the level C milongas that they are in many areas, in some places in Palermo, in some places in San Telmo, most of the places in San Telmo, I don't know, many people will be offended, but I don't care at all. So in this kind of milongas, in the level C milongas, the people were more to have friends and those kind of things, and it's fantastic. That's a fantastic choice, but it's not the choice that I would recommend if you are in this process. Remember, guys, that I'm talking about a training process. If for you tango is a place where you go and you have friends with a bar or drinking a beer or something like that, it's okay. I don't judge you. I will not make ideas about you, but it was not my experience at all. I really wanted to improve. I really wanted to dance. I come from a as I said I told you in the previous podcast, I come from martial arts. I come from the training and sports environment, and I really wanted to improve. I really wanted to feel that I was improving in my dance. I love to dance. I loved dancing tangos since the first moment that I hacked and I was hacked by someone. So I didn't want to waste time. As I said before, if you want to chill or something, go to an Irish pub, go to a square at the sun with somebody, and that's it. But if you go to milonga, if you go to a practica or something like that, go and focus in the dance. So that's my advice. So I was talking about, I don't remember, I'm so sorry. I was talking about the places. So level B milongas. And then after a period of time, I thought, okay, I will be here, I don't know, around 1 year. If it takes me 5 years, I will do it anyway, because I need to be in this process. I don't recommend at all, even more for leaders, I don't recommend to skip stages. I don't recommend at all. And absolutely not recommended outside Buenos Aires. I don't recommend that. Why? This is important. Because, guys, leaders, outside Argentina, you are one leader and 500 followers. So if those followers dance with you or choose to dance with you, it's not because you are the best of the kingdom. Okay, they dance with you because they want to dance. They put the shoes, they go to with the makeup, they buy a $100 dress, and they want to feel beautiful, and they want to feel good. So they dance with you not because you are the best. Okay, they dance with you because you are the only option that they have. It is you, or it is another guy that maybe is drunk and he's fallen into the table. Okay, so that's the situation outside my country. So as I said to many of my friends abroad, the followers are not dancing with you, my dear friend, because you are the best, or even because you are good. No, you are not a good dancer, and you know that inside your chest, in your heart, you know that you are not a good dancer. But they can handle your existence in the floor because maybe you're a nice guy. Okay, so I don't recommend at all to start thinking that, okay, I deserve to go to the best milongas of my city. I deserve to dance with the professionals. That I've heard that many times in friends, students, and organizers that I worked with. Okay, I want to dance with the professionals because I cannot dance with the rest of the ladies. Come on. You're not Michael Jackson. Okay, you can do a one step forward, ocho back, ocho forward to a lady, and so a side step. Come on, that's not being a dancer. Okay, so someone is writing there. Do you think it is important to train different techniques, styles? Or would you recommend choosing one teacher or style from the beginning and sticking to that? Fantastic question. Okay, I need time for that. Okay, for leaders, I recommend just one style. Follow one style, because being a leader needs, the process is longer. To be an acceptable leader, but acceptable, you need at least 5 years with a good training and in good environments, we can say. Dancing good, with quality, you need at least 5 years if you want to be acceptable. Okay? So, but you can do that only if you follow one line, we can say. Follow one line. I mean, if in that line maybe you will have 3, 4, 5 teachers that they dance that style. So maybe you try with one, but then we try with the other one, but it's the same line, okay? If you dance, for example, if you dance Tango Nuevo, and you want to go with that line of Tango Nuevo, if you want to dance Tango Salón, that's another line that is absolutely different. If you want to dance Tango Escenario, that is absolutely different. It's a different mechanic. It's not a matter of opinion, guys. I don't talk, when I talk about technique, or I talk about biomechanic, or I talk about musicality or something like that, it's not a matter of opinion, okay? At least not because it's related with science, or is more in terms of technique or mechanic. It's not a matter of opinion, okay? What is a matter of opinion is, okay, I like this couple of dancers, or I like the feeling that I have when I don't know, when I do wider steps. Okay, that's your opinion, but the mechanic is mechanic, and mechanic is physics, and physics is worldwide, we can say. Okay, it's not that I have my own physics and you have your own physics. No, it doesn't work like that. So for leaders, I would recommend to follow one line. If you try different lines at the same time, it will be a mess, and your body will be absolutely frustrated and weird, and you cannot waste time in that process, because you need to know how to dance. So it's not only the time that you will spend trying to move your body, because if you are a leader, you need to, there is a very long time that you need to manage your own body. So that's the first thing. The second thing that you need is a long time to manage the body of the partner and calculate the geometry of the steps and those kind of things. So another process. And you have the third process that you need is to play with your dance and the music and those kind of things. So that's third topic that you need. You need a fourth one that is related with the codes. It's related with the navigation. It's related with what kind of steps you can do. I talked about this, I think, in the podcast number 2. I think it was in the second podcast. I know I said, I think the name was How to Enrich Our Tango or something like that. Check in the YouTube channel, Tango for All, Tango for All. So I was saying, I don't remember now because I'm older than a week ago. So I was saying about I don't think that I remember. Okay, the process. So you need 1, 2, 3, the four poses. The fourth topic that you need as a leader is to manage the space, the music, those kind of things. So that's a lot of things. Please try to do the things easier for you when you are leaders, and try to follow one line. When you can manage that line, you can try other ones, and then you can make your own opinion, and then you can say, okay, I want this one, okay? But first try once. For followers, it's absolutely the opposite process. The more men that you can follow, the better for you. So you have to be, as we say in Spanish, versátil. So you need to follow you have to have the more skills that you can have, it's the better for you as followers. So if you can manage your body for Tango Nuevo, okay, Tango Nuevo, I mean, you had to have your own axis, you had to have the connection with your arms is absolutely different than if you have a posture for tango salon or for tango milonguero or for tango escenario. So the position and the energy and the intensity and dynamic that you need in your hands, in your arms, in your shoulders, the movement of your shoulders, the flexibility of your torso, those kind of things is different in every of these 3 or 4 styles that I said. So the more techniques that you can know, the better. But important to answer this wonderful question. It is important. If you say, okay, I want to try this style, but you quit in 2 months, it's not enough. It doesn't count. Okay? So it doesn't count. You have to go deeper and manage. When you can manage that style, I don't mean that you have to be the best dancer in the world of that style, but you have to manage. You have to know the process, you have to know the mechanic, you have to know the pros and the cons of every of those styles. Okay, then you can decide, okay? But it's, for followers, it's better if you can follow different kind of men. Why is that? It is connected with what I said before. 500 women or 500 followers, 1 man or 1 leader, okay? That's the situation worldwide, so accept that that's the situation. Stop whining and go forward, okay? So if that's the situation, it means that you need to be more versatile and you have to have the ability to follow different kind of leaders, okay? It is what it is, but if you want to dance, you need to know more quantity of dance. It is how it is, okay? I hope I answered your question, guys. If you have questions, you see, please ask me something and we can keep talking, okay? I will make a mate more for me and I'm waiting for your questions. So, okay, tip number 7, okay? Daily and healthy things which can help for this improvement, okay? One of the things that are important is managing the time, not only the places that I said to you. It's about the time, okay? I recommend in this process, not when you're advanced, but in this process, I recommend the routine has to be regular. And I recommend that you always do the things at the same time. That's what I recommend. If you want to train Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, do it at the same time. It is important to try to do it. The process has to be mentally mechanic, okay? You don't have to think, oh, what is the time that I have to practice today? No, okay? In my case, for example, because I was in some countries where the people like to train sports and those kind of things, some countries where I work often, they like to do these kind of questions, and I love that. How many sessions per day you would recommend? How many? Yes, I said per day. Some people used to train every day, and fantastic for them. How many sessions do you recommend per day? I trained at least 3 per day in this process. At least. And sometimes I used to practice a fourth one because I went to the Milonga or I went to the Practica that night. But at least 3 times per day, those are the shifts that the sessions, the training sessions that I had in this process. Automatically, I know what you are thinking. Some of you will be thinking, but how you can work at the moment? Okay, I was working in that moment too, and in some parts of that period, I had 2 jobs. So it is possible. Again, stop whining. Or as we say in Argentina, stop crying, okay? We don't have excuses if we want to practice. I'm not saying to you that you have to do 4 sessions per day. I said that I did that, but I was a total freak, okay? But if you can do it 3 sessions per week, it's fantastic. But try to do it in exactly the same time. Why is that? Because it will be less stressful for you. It will be more comfortable for you to think that you know that Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. or at 7 p.m. or at 9 p.m. or at 10 a.m. you need to have that space for you. It is important that for your brain to wait for that. Okay, it is very, very important. So I remember it happened to me when I started training martial arts. It was the year 96. It was 96, yes. And I remember that I started training Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 6 p.m. from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So it was 7 p.m. and 5 minutes after that, I was thinking about the next session. It was fantastic because I was waiting for that with pleasure. Okay, so that's what you need. You need to feel pleasure. You need to expect the next session. Okay, a question there, Tali. Tali, I know that you work in Italy and you live in Italy. What do you say about connecting the music? Which music do you recommend for beginners for easy connection? It's good. Based on my perspective, the best kind of music is the music which moves your I don't like to say energy because energy is too hippie for me. But to moves your vibes, your that is pushing you or pulling you to dance and to move and to express something, emotions. It has to activate emotions. In my case, I liked a lot to practice with Pugliese because it is very, very deep kind of music. The density, the quality of the sound is fantastic in Pugliese. The quality of the phrases is very, very, very easy to notice one phrase, even if it's a complex. How can I say this in English? It's a complex harmony, or it's a complex texture. That's the word. It's a complex texture because you have different kind of timbres and you have different kind of voices at the same time. But in the way that this guy made it, it was fantastic. That's why Pugliese was fantastic. In my opinion, I recommend Pugliese for practicing. Is the first orchestra that I would recommend. He's in terms of quality. I would say that is in the middle between a classical music composer and a tango average composer. He's in the middle. So I absolutely recommend Pugliese. If you want to dance something faster and you want to practice something that makes you feel like more aggressive, but in a good way. I absolutely recommend D'Arienzo with Echaue. Absolutely recommend D'Arienzo with Echaue. You have D'Arienzo Echaue from the 30s, from the 40s. That is absolutely amazing. I remember something I will tell you. This is funny. I remember some lessons that I took. I don't know how many years ago, but it doesn't matter. But I remember that the teacher was giving an exercise for us when he was playing, I don't know, some orchestra, some whatever the orchestra. I was trying the exercise, and then he changed the music, and we don't know why, but we were laughing, I remember. But the exercise, I could do the exercise automatically, and it was because he changed to D'Arienzo Echaue. And he knew, this teacher, he knew that I was a musician. I am a musician. And he told me, because it's the music. So it happens. Dali, you say, si puliese. Yes, absolutely. You need emotions to dance. If you don't have emotions, okay, no. You go and play football, go to play basketball or whatever. But get out of the floor immediately. So, another things that can help. You say, no canaro? Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, I know that a lot of people in some countries will hate me for that, but come on, guys, stop listening canaro. No, there are worse than that, but I will have many enemies, more than I have right now when I talk about music. But those kind of guys, canaro, Donato, okay, you can play with that, but let's try to be honest. It's a horrible music, and the arrangements. As a musician, I can say that because I studied composition too. Please believe me, guys. The quality of the arrangements is horrible. It's absolutely no comments at all. I feel some love for some of the songs of these orchestras, but come on, it's the same kind of love that I can have for a I don't know, for a bird, or for a little mosquito going there, okay? But it's not quality at all. So get rid of that. Try to listen Pugliese, try to listen D'Arienzo. Good quality of music make good quality of dancers. That's mathematic, okay? The teachers that they put low level music in their lessons, they will have low level steps, and they will have low level students. It is like that. Believe me, it is like that. I'm traveling since 4 years. I know that it's like that, okay? So please put the best music you can. So another thing is about this topic number 7. It's not only about the timing. One thing that will make your life easier is to know in advance what you can do, what you will do that session. You don't have to know, okay, I'm in front of the mirror, or I'm in front of the television, for example. I used to train in front of the television because I didn't have a mirror by that time. So I turned the television off, and it was black, but I could see my reflect. So I thought, okay, what I need to do in this moment? No, that will not work. So you have to know in advance. You have to know in advance, okay? So you have to know that, okay, today is Wednesday, or for example, today is Friday, okay? So if I'm practicing today, Friday, I need to know already what I will train next Monday, what I will train next Wednesday, what I will train next Friday, okay? You have to know in advance. That's very, very important because it is less stress. Okay? So, topic number 8. This is very controversial. Okay, so I will take my time. Please make comments. Okay, so I had to say this. Remember to subscribe to the channel Tango for All. Remember to subscribe. Go and watch the podcast every week. Every of the podcasts is posted. And subscribe to the channel and blah 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 blah. Put like, notifications, blah blah blah. You know how it is, so do it. So the topic number 8. So try to get rid of the toxic people or the people that is not that is slowing you down. Okay, get rid of that people immediately in that process. I know that it will sound terrible what I'm saying, but if you want to be focused and you want to improve and you need to have healthy people surrounding you. So this is something that all the people, if you analyze, for example, elite sports people or elite dancers from different kind of dance, they are all surrounded by wonderful people that people that not only help them, but they are not putting like sticks in their you know what I mean, okay? So you will not improve if you are surrounded by people that they will judge you or they will give their opinions. You don't need the opinions of the rest of the people in this process where you are training, okay? You don't need at all opinions. You don't need opinions. You don't need someone to say, oh, that milonga is horrible. I know, man. You are going to the... if I'm in a process where, in that time of the process where I'm in the milongas level C that I told you half an hour ago, and someone is saying to me, oh, but those milongas are terrible. Oh, come on, I know that they are terrible. That's why I'm there, because I'm a terrible dancer and I'm going to terrible milongas. That's absolutely honest. Okay, so if someone like that says something like that, it means that that person is a not so good dancer, or it's an intermediate dancer who thinks is advanced. Okay, you don't need those kind of people in your life in that process. You can say hi to them, you give the hand or you give a kiss, and that's all. You don't need that kind of people when you are in the process of learning. You need positive people surrounding you. How is it called? This kind of people that they are doing things all the time. Okay, but you need active people, positive people, and you need people that can understand what is to sweat and to train and to have a compromise with an activity that you love. Okay, so that's important. That's the topic 8. I will give you if you want to write something, 30 seconds, not more. I find out that there are people that they watch the chat from inside, like you guys, that you are there and you comment and something like that. But there are people, some of them are my friends and some of them are colleagues, that they watch the streaming from outside. So they don't want to, I understand that, they don't want to see, they want to spy. So I didn't know before that you can do something like that in streaming, but it is possible. So it's so funny, I say hi to them too. Topic number 9, okay? The topic number 9 is to be strong with adversity. Many things can happen in the process where you are learning and training. You have to be strong. If you are not strong in the adversity, you are too weak. You are too weak, okay? You will not improve. The adversity can be, for example, you go to a milonga and nobody wants to dance with you that night. Nobody wants to dance with you. You have to be strong. Okay? You have to handle. Okay? So, be strong. You go to a milonga and the music is, they invite one specific, this is a good thing that in traditional good milongas in Buenos Aires, the organizers, they don't invite DJs. That's fantastic. That invention of the guest DJs is one of the more stupid things that I saw. Okay, even I was a guest DJ, and I absolutely disagree. Why I disagree? Because first, you have to put the best music always. And the best music is the best music. It's not my opinion. Okay? We will talk about that in future podcasts about specific for about DJing. But I don't want to waste time on that. And maybe you go to a milonga and the music, you don't like the music in that entire night because they invited one guy from the middle of nowhere and you cannot dance and nobody can dance and all the people are complaining and they go earlier from the milonga, so you wasted one night of your life. If that happens, be strong. Be strong. What I did in the past, it was, okay, I left early and I went home to practice, okay? Be strong. That can happen. And that can happen a lot of time in many countries. Half of the time can happen. So the music, maybe it's not what you expected, or maybe it's not the kind of energy that you felt that night that you needed to dance. So you are screwed. So be strong at the adversity. Another thing is that you are practicing something and you planned to practice something for, I don't know, 1 month, and maybe after 1 month you are not having success in that. Maybe after 1 month you are not improving as much as you expected. So be strong. Maybe it will be 1 week after that, maybe it will take 2 weeks, maybe it will take 1 year more than you expected, okay? So change the topic and train another thing, okay? You have to that's the topic number 10. It's the 9 and the 10 are communicated. So the number 10 is to be the flexibility if something is not available, okay? So you have to be strong to adversity, and you have to be flexible to change things. That's very, very important. That's very, very important for even more for people which are too structured, okay? So be flexible. For example, it was one time of the process that I find out that I needed to practice one specific thing. For example, it was the half hero, the 180 degrees turning, okay? And I thought, okay, I want to practice this, so I was trying 2 weeks. I planned to practice 2 weeks. It was not enough at all. I was absolutely wrong. So then I tried to do it 1 month. It didn't happen. It didn't happen because it was not what I thought. The training of that topic. So what I did was I was flexible, and I thought, okay, it's not my time to practice this. I will try next year. I will try to get more experience. I will try to change myself first, and then I will try again. So topic number 6, about the places. Which kind of places are good for you in that to train, and what kind of experiences you need in that process. Number 7, healthy daily things which will help for you to improve. Remember. Number 8, get rid of the people that will not help for you, for your feelings, or will not help for you to be focused or to go with your positive mind, okay? Number 9, it's important to be strong when something happens. Strong at the adversity, okay? And the last one is to be flexible to change plans. It is important. So we have the 10 topics, the 10 strategies, the 10 tips for improving faster, okay? Believe me, guys, it works, okay? It works. This is my experience after I don't know how many years I was training things in a serious way, but I can say that it's around I'm 38 right now, so it is around 25 years. So in these 25 years, believe me, these kind of things, it work. But go deeper. Watch the first part, that it's important. Watch this one. If you can, take notes. This is important. Take note. That's a bonus tip. Okay, this is absolutely for free. Take notes of everything. Take notes. I still have my files, my notes, and my recordings that I've made of every workshop, every seminar, every lesson, every idea. If I was in a train, or I was in a flight or something like that, or I was in a taxi or whatever, and I had a new idea, write it down, okay? It's important to have your own ideas, to have your own process of thinking, to try things, okay? So remember guys, this channel is a channel for you, for all of you. It is about talking about things that are important for all of us. So we have tutorials. Often, I cannot promise that it will be every week, to be honest. I cannot promise. I tried, but it was not possible because I had to learn about the softwares. I had to learn about how to use many things to editing and those kind of things. So I said that it would be every week about the tutorials. I started this month and it was not possible. But I posted 2 tutorials already. First one, it was about the mechanic, the explanations and many things about what happens in your dance when you bend your knees and when you stretch. So I made a detailed analysis in 5 minutes and something like that, and some exercises for you. The second tutorial I posted around 2 days ago. It is about the pivot and rotations. So I hardly recommend, not because it's mine, I recommend because the information is absolutely useful. Okay, I would do that. I would do those videos. I would train those drills too, because it has drills for followers and for leaders too. Okay, so and it's important that you comment below, not only here, but comment below in YouTube too. Okay, if you want some specific tutorial or you want some specific topic for me to talk about in the podcast, please do. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for being there. See you next week.